Hello, very good evening, and welcome you all to our weekly webinar on strategy creation. We had to reschedule this webinar for this week for some reason. From next week, again, it will be at 5 p.m. So today I'm going to discuss how one can create strategies on Renko charts. So before we start, I'll quickly just explain what Renko charts are. So many of you almost must be already knowing what candlestick charts are, but Renko charts are not time-based charts. These are price-based charts. So why these are price-based charts? Because the number of candles in a day can be different. I mean, so if you see on 18 there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, and on 24 there are definitely more than 5, around 8 or 9 candles. So Renko chart has one candle. So this candle is called brick in Renko, and the size of each candle is same. So here I have set the brick size as 40. So every candle's high and low difference will be 40 points. And so as soon as market moves 40 points below from the previous Renko range, then it will form if price is going down, then it will form a red block. And if price keep falling, then it will keep forming red blocks of 40 points each. And as soon as market starts moving on upper direction, so it will start forming 40 points candle on upper side. So one interesting thing about Renko charts is, so let's say if tomorrow there is 100 points gap down, or let's say 200 points gap down, so automatically there will be 5 candles added in this chart. And it doesn't mean that any candle here is traded. So it is a possibility that these 5 candles are formed because of a gap up, and this price was not tradable. So you have to make sure, like when you are creating strategies on Renko, you please observe it during live market, how the uh, how the how the Renko chart moves, or how the candles get repainted during a candle. So please observe it for a few days before starting trades based on Renko charts. So, so okay, we'll begin how to create a super trend based strategy on Renko chart. And after that, we will discuss a few points. This was shared by one of our users. Like these are the difficulties he's facing in while creating his strategies and want solution to these problems. We'll definitely go through them. Um, so okay, so in entry condition, we will start with entry condition and add a position, the condition rules. So here we will start with position keyword. So position keyword allows you to select a candle number, 0 being the latest candle, -1 for previous, -2 for previous to previous, and so on. And here we will use close. And now to select Renko charts, you will have to select this close indicator, and you will find this OHLC parameter here, which you can change to Heiken Ashi or any other chart type. So here we will define Renko. Once you click on OK, your Renko chart is selected. Now, if you click on Renko, you can decide the brick size. So whether you want to keep it 40, 20, or any fixed brick size. Then again, you can select the instrument for which you want to apply this indicator. So in instruments, there are these 5 fields. So first field is to select the exchange. So whichever exchange you want to trade in. So NFO, I'll select, let's say I want to do it on Nifty. Then you can select Nifty 50 here. Now, again, if you want to put this condition, this Renko chart, if you want to form based on the spot price or Nifty index price, then you not need to select any expiry date. But if you want to apply this indicator or if you want to form a Renko chart of futures, then select an expiry date as current month, or you can also explicitly define the expiry. So if expiry is not selected, then it is spot. If expiry is selected, then it is futures. Similarly, if you select any option type, then it will look for option chart. Then your conditions will be applied on selected option with given strike. But if you select only exchange instrument name and the underlying name and the expiry, then it is for futures. So now this condition will be applied on futures. Then you can decide the candle type on which you want to, based on which you want to form the candlestick. So 1 minute is like recommended candle time frame for this Renko chart. So the repainting is less. So now we want to compare if closing is greater than. So I just from here this plus button, I'm just copying this block and I'll paste it here. And instead of close, I'll use super trend of Renko. Then again, so super trend parameters you can change from here. So 7.3 is what people mostly use. Instrument type will keep same, NFO, Nifty, and current month. And candle type as 1 minute. And again, Renko brick size I have used is 30 points. So for super trend also, I'll keep it same as 30 points. And if I'm looking for a crossover kind of signal, then I can add one more condition saying for previous position, which means for previous candle, the closing was less than super trend value of previous candle. So current candle has a brick or closing above super trend, and previous candle had close value below super trend. So this is a crossover condition what we have built here. Just click on submit. Then you can add position. So you can decide whether you want to buy futures or call, or if you want to sell a put if it's a bullish trade. And let's create this as a positional strategy. Lot size as 1. Okay. Now we'll create the reverse condition of it as our sell position or exit from this condition. So that will look like this. Oh, yeah. So closes less than super trend and previous closes greater than super trend. Then we will exit from this position. And if you want to take a short position on reversal, so in set 2, we will add, so from where we added this set, below universal exit condition, you will find this add new set button. If you click on it, you will find a new set added to your strategy with entry and exit conditions. So you can just For taking the short position, let's say my exit condition of set 1 is my entry condition for short, which is set 2. So I can just copy that and paste it here. And here I can take a short position on Nifty. Lot size as 1 in RMS. And whatever was my entry condition for set 1 will become my exit condition for set 2. So this strategy will be in a continuous state, either long or short. So as soon as it gets long exit, it will enter in a short entry position. So either set 1 or set 2 will be in trade always. Okay. So this is our condition. Now we have used NRML type, and it's a positional strategy because we have not selected MIS positions and we have not written any condition to exit on the same day. So now let's say if I want to exit all the positions on day of expiry at 3 p.m. let's say. So let's see how to do that, how to add a condition to exit all positional strategy positions, open positions on day of expiry. So here we can write if today is equal to current month expiry of Nifty, with that I want to exit if time is greater than 3 p.m. or 3:15. So this will be the exit condition. So on day of expiry, I'm checking if today is current month expiry. And with that, if time is greater than 15:15, which is 3:15 p.m., then I want to make a universal exit from this strategy. If now let's see some more complex exit conditions. So let's say if I want to club PNL based exit also. So how one can do that? So if PNL is greater than 5,000, let's say. So this is my target profit, and we will multiply it with the multiplier. And one more condition for stop loss less than minus 3,000, let's say, multiplied by multiplier. So this multiply by multiplier, this keyword is useful if you want to deploy this strategy with 3x, 4x, or a higher multiplier than 1. Then PNL will automatically multiply this number with the chosen multiplier, and your strategy will exit with uh, with profit in that ratio. So for one lot, my target profit is 5,000. For two lots, it will become 10,000. For three lots, it will become 15,000, like that. Okay. So now in this condition, I have to keep this as OR, because either this can be true or this can be true. But I want these two conditions to be true simultaneously. Otherwise, it will exit the position every day at 3:15 p.m., which I don't want. So for this, we can add a group of conditions. So when you click on this plus group option here, it will add a group and conditions. You can drag this within the new group. Similarly, you can add this too in the group. And this is an extra condition which I don't need. So I'm just deleting it. So as you can see, now we are doing AND of these two conditions, and this PNL condition, target, stop loss, and my expiry exit. So these three are being ORed. So if any of these becomes true, then the strategy will exit from the position. So a group can be used where you want to do AND of two different tools and use it with or in combination with different tools. So this is where you can use this group feature. So it is like the bracketing. So you are putting these two conditions in a bracket and then applying it with other conditions. So I hope this part is clear. This can help you to create more complex logic, or if you have multiple logics based on multiple tools. So in that case, you can use this group feature. Um, so yeah, these are the settings. So we'll just save the strategy quickly, and then we'll move to questions. So then we'll make the strategy public and allowed to duplicate. And create, okay, I'll not define the name. Okay. Then go. Renko super trend strategy. So strategy is created, and its link I'll post it in chat in some time. Now we will just go through the questions which were shared by our user. So he wants syntax for, okay, there are some chats as well. So okay, I'll discuss the chat questions in some time. I'll just quickly go through these questions first. So number of trades on upside and downside should be equal to 1. So there should be either only one long trade or one short trade in a strategy. How to do that? So one can just click on add condition, use this position detail keyword, which we discussed in almost all our webinars. We'll discuss it again. So you can check if trades happen in entry condition has quantity equal to 0. So when the strategy is in active status and it has not taken any trade, at that time the net quantity in entry is 0. But as soon as the trade is taken, the entry quantity taken will not be 0, and this condition will not be true. So it will restrict this strategy to enter again in this set. So if you use the same condition in both the sets, it won't allow you to take trades again and again. So this is one way if you want to restrict only one trade, either long or short. Now, let's say if you want to take one long position and one short position in the same strategy. So you want set 1 can be traded once and set 2 also can be traded once. So in set 1, we have buy position as a long position. I mean, the position is of buy type. We are buying a Nifty future there. So all you need to do is change here transaction type as B. So now for this condition, it will check only entry conditions which were traded with buy type of position. And for set 2, we will just change this buy to sell, and it will work. So this is your answer for the first question. And second is there should be no it should not be restricted to just one. Then you don't use position detail keyword. Every time the condition is true, it will take the trade. For pivot points, we have already created 2 templates on pivot points. So one is Fibonacci pivot point, and one was normal pivot point, central pivot point basically. So these 2 templates are there. You can duplicate it from here, and also you can check the webinars for these. And how to get this template. At the bottom of the website, you will find a link to view strategy templates, which we have created in our previous webinars. And you can select these templates from here. Then how to select previous day high, previous day low, previous week high, previous week low. So I'll just show you one and you will get the idea how you can use it for daily, weekly, monthly candles. So I just delete these keywords from here now. So we'll start with position. You can just select high as the series here and -1 and just define the instrument name. So this is previous day high. If you want previous week's high, then just click here, change this day to week, and this is previous week's high. So like this, you can use any of the keywords that you want to use. OHLC of a time range of uh, of a particular day in the past. So there is no keyword as of now to get this value. So this is not possible through UI as of now. Okay, now we'll move to the questions which are there in our chat. So, position detail, does it reset every day? Like yesterday stock was traded once, will it be traded if position detail is equal to 0? So position detail keyword works for a run counter or the counter that you see on the deployment. For count, as soon as the counter changes, if a strategy makes a universal exit and reactivate, position details data is now cleared. So it will start from 0 again. So the position detail function or keyword, its result is for one counter. Please explain Renko chart alien Fisher. I have no idea about alien Fisher, what it is, so I won't be able to explain that. Can we set ATR based brick size? So yeah, this is possible. There is one more keyword which is dynamic Renko bricks. So I'll just show you that. So if you start with position of, let's say, close, so here you will find this Renko dynamic brick. So in this, you can select the brick size formula, which can be again, let's say previous day's ATR value. So again, you have to select a position in which you will select ATR, ATR of like current day or previous day. That also you can select from here, and just complete this info, and your Renko brick size will be set to the ATR value. So if it looks confusing, then I'll just show you again. You have to click on close, select Renko dynamic brick, and when you click on this Renko keyword, you will have to select the brick size. That will be position by default, and in this parameter, you can select the series whether you want to keep it ATR or standard deviation or any other calculation for brick size. So you can do that from here. Can you please explain how to set up condition for universal exit, say 50% of short straddle of premium received? This we have done in our straddles video, so please check it out. If still there are any questions, please write an email to support. We will reply you with a solution to it. Okay, I have come across one issue with PNL keyword. The keyword calculates total PNL for each count. The count does not change. Exit is, if exit is not universal exit. Yes, so PNL keyword works at strategy level. It is not at set level. So if you want to calculate PNL in so PNL keyword basically is not supposed to be used in exit. It has to be used only in universal exit conditions. And if you want to calculate PNL in exit condition, then it has to be difference between LTP and traded price. The difference of traded instrument and its price. So this difference is the number of points you have gained or lost and multiplied by the quantity traded. So you have to do that calculation here as of now. We have created strategy in Speak advanced version 0. Can we be able to replicate the same here? Yes, I think if your strategies are based on technical indicators, so you can definitely create those strategies on Patreon with some additional conditions, I think, if you want. How can I close 60% of quantity at 1% gain and remaining at 315? So using this repair once, you can do that. So here you can write the condition if price has gone above LTP is greater than entry price into 1%. So traded price multiplied by 1.01. So this will become your repair once condition. Of course, you will have to define these parameters and the instrument name and all. But once that is done, then your position will have the same instrument. So if you're working with list or any particular stock, let's say Reliance, and your quantity formula here will be net quantity in that particular instrument. So let's say it is Reliance. Either you can multiply it with 0.6 to get to get 60% quantity, and it will be done. One more thing to be noted, like if you are using net quantity as a keyword in in your quantity formula and you want to use this strategy with different multipliers, then use a divide by multiplier at the end of your formula. This is just the case if you're using this net quantity keyword in your strategy. So yeah, you can take a screenshot of this, Ravi, or you want to use this in your conditions. Can you able to show the simple strategy can be done? Stochastic momentum percent B 10 C lower than 20. So MACD based, uh, yeah. So Adi has sent like his complete conditions, but sorry, Adi, we won't be able to build a complete strategy in this webinar. We are running out of time. So you can just send uh, uh, this condition to support email. We will like shortly send you a screenshot of how you can arrange the keywords, and then you can fill in the parameters according to your need. This video will be available in YouTube definitely, and also the template will be available. So template link I'll quickly share. You all can duplicate this template in your own account and check that. Can you show me at least MACD crossover MACD signal? Sure, that I can do, Adi. Uh, so we'll do it in this repair once only. So it is similar to close crossing super trend. It's just now MACD and MACD signal. We'll use MACD here. Position will be -1. I hope you will be able to fill in the parameters. You can click on MACD and change the parameters if you want. So if MACD is greater than position MACD signal -1, again you have to fill in the parameters. Then you can just copy this, paste less than, and change it to -2 instead of -1. So this is a perfect crossover condition. You can also use cross keyword, but for the second set you have to do a lot of rework. But with this it becomes easy to copy paste and change the sign of these to greater than and less than symbol. So you can take a screenshot of this. This is what you need. I'm not sure if I have missed any of the questions, so we can wait for 2 minutes. Please post your questions again in the chat window. Please explain manual handling required when there is an error in live auto deployment. So if your strategy is in live auto state and it goes into error, there is a manage button in front of status. If you click on manage, you will get 3 options there. So one is try again, which will reattempt the same positions which were stuck last time due to whatever reason. Second is, if let's say if strategy goes to error execution and if you take those states manually in your brokerage account, then you can specify it was manually taken. So that is the second option in error management window. And third option available is to cancel that order. So in that case, strategy will just mark these states as null, and then it will again check for conditions as per the strategy. And if condition satisfies, then only it will place the order. So these are only 3 things which are there if your strategy goes in error execution in live auto. And one more way to handle it, let's say if you want to exit completely through manual intervention, then you can change the status of your strategy to live offline and manage the positions manually. Why PNL is different in multiple times same strategy repeat? So yeah, this is a frequent question that we get. Like I have multiple deployments, but both are showing different PNL. So what happens is like all the deployments are running simultaneously, but it is not certain that every deployment in entry will capture the same price. So if it's a paper trading account or it's a paper trading deployment, that it will capture the LTP at that moment when the trade was taken. Now, let's say if you have set 1% target of 0.5% stop loss or any condition which is based on your entry price. So whatever strategies relate, exit conditions are related to PNL, the exit points for these deployments is different. So it may happen that one strategy hits that exit level and another deployment doesn't hit that exit level. So in that case, you will see different results because the entry price of both the deployments, even if they are traded at the same time, it is different. And if it's a live strategy, then definitely the trade will happen at bid price or ask price of based on how the market spreads are at that moment. So this is the, basic reason why you see a difference between PNL of different deployments. Does each deployed strategy have a cloud droplet? Not a droplet, but it has a dedicated bot for every strategy. But again, live auto strategies are given higher preference over paper trading. For example, profit 1,000 or 1,500, which one first exit by repeated after 2 minutes? Again, uh, sorry, I didn't understand your question. So for these specific questions, please write to us at support email. We will get back to you. So I'm writing the email ID here. Mm. Okay, any guidance about live entered status message remaining despite universal exit? So if universal exit happens, so by any chance, if you see the net quantity in your strategy is 0 and the status is live entered, you can just hit the exit button from the deployment menu. Strategy status will be changed to exited. Even if it is exit pending, next day morning at 9:15, as soon as market starts or first run of cycle, first run of your strategy, it will be changed to exited. Then you can reactivate your strategy. I want to know that open interest build up in futures. So we are not basically maintaining open interest for historical days. So if open interest is building up or down, we won't be able to fetch that, or that information is not available through the keywords as of now. So this condition is not possible, Abhimanyu. What if it's during the day in the morning session? Anytime, if your strategy status is live entered and net quantity is 0 in your strategy, you can just hit the exit button. Strategy status will change to exited immediately. Uh, okay, I see there are a lot of questions, but we are running out of time. So if I have missed like your question, then please write to us at support@waitron.tech. I have already messaged the email ID on chat window. So we'll surely reply you on that. And also thank you for giving your feedback and sending the questions what we should discuss in our webinar. And if you have more questions or topics which we should take in our next webinar, please do share it with us. Thank you all. Have a happy weekend. I hope this session was informative. Thanks.